So I'm gonna make some energy bowls today. Basically, I have a food processor and I usually do one square. This is like 95% cacao. Maybe sometimes I do a square and a half if I'm really feeling like I really want some chocolate. And I do some nuts, not many, just a few of them. I usually do everything like eyeball, but it's probably like a spoon of linseed flour. And I mix that in. I do chia seeds, probably like a spoon as well. To get more protein in there. And then I like sesame seeds because I've done quite a lot of research. Like my skin is very sensitive and just my overall body and health of the body reacts to like my mental state and everything and emotional. So I've seen that sesame seeds are quite good for the health of your hair. So I did that. I don't have many anymore, but this is basically sultanes. I usually do 1 or 2 tablespoons. Just 1.5 because they are really sweet. And when I don't have them, well, basically no, actually I usually use dates, but when I don't have dates, I use sultanes that I just save up from those like mixed bags. And hazelnuts. I don't have many, just the rest of them. And some almonds, like a handful. To be honest, sometimes I use a lot of nuts. Other times I just use whatever I feel like. But I've been feeling like using most of them. So I usually do like 1 spoon of oats. And I mix that in. Oh, and I forgot. It's not finished, but this is like the base. And now I'm just going to blend everything in. So I'm going to put this on. Well, first the cover, I guess. It's not finished yet. There's still one more thing. I have the coconut oil. It's not very hot here, so it's very hard. And I have to make it get liquid. So basically I blend it until it looks like this. And then I just put the coconut oil on it, which I'll still have to wait for a little bit. I have my breakfast here ready. I just want like 1 or 2 energy bowls, so that's why I started to make them. Just mango and Greek yogurt with some, it's not like honey. Actually, I'm gonna put some cashews on it. It's not honey, it's like, we call it, how do we call it? Water honey, which apparently is really healthy for you and has a lot of antioxidants, and it's really good for you to take when you're starting to feel like you're getting sick or something. So when I got sick recently, I started eating this instead of honey, and apparently I love it. So basically I actually started cooking and like making different recipes for my family and like researching what's healthy and what's not healthy about like 10 years ago. When I was 17, I didn't really feel really good. And I was constantly bloated. When I got my period, it was really not fun at all. I would like go down to the floor in pain. And I would get sick every single day. And obviously it was because of the things I was eating. I will admit it really wasn't the healthiest stuff. Like I ate a ton of cookies and ice cream every day, maybe like 2 bowls of ice cream. I've always been skinny, but like and my metabolism was still working, but it was messing up with my digestion. So I started changing my diet like slowly by slowly until I went vegetarian, and I even cut dairy for quite some time. There was a whole year I ate no gluten, no dairy, and no sugar. And that was the first year in my life I had no pain during my period at all, and my digestion was amazing. I slowly started eating gluten again and dairy as well. I don't drink cow's milk, but I like cheese. I freaking love cheese, and we have one of like the best cheeses. So that one I still eat. But my diet has changed a lot over the years, and I researched a lot about what's good and what's not good for you. My skin is very sensitive, so I always try to use the most like natural and organic stuff I possibly can. Like I put aloe vera from the cactus, the plant that we actually have, and not like buy the store-bought one unless I have no other option. I try to use the most natural stuff as possible. Like when I used to get like sometimes I would get these rashes, like tiny very itchy, like not pimples, but it's just like this rash on your skin. And so I researched a ton, and I started doing this chamomile tea, and I would put it in the fridge, and I would basically just dip those like cotton discs. At the time, like I would brush my teeth, wash my face before going to bed, and then I would dip the disc on the tea, and I would just spread it all over my face, and like the rash disappeared in like, I think in less than a week it was gone, completely gone, and my skin was glowing. Sometimes I use honey as well when I take my bath. I just put some honey and then I just wash it off when I finish my bath. I usually have to hold it because it's really hot with something. And I just pour in like a spoon. Like a tablespoon. And then I blend it all over again. Sometimes I put a little bit of milk just so that like gets a little bit more sticky. Not a lot, it was literally like teaspoon of it, I would say. So basically, yeah, I just gonna put a little tiny bit of coconut oil, kind of like your preference. But too much oil is also not good, so everything in balance in life. That's what I've been learning for the past few years, to be honest. So everything is blended, and it kind of looks like this. It's like a sticky dough. And then I just do my balls. This is a kitchen that I use. I currently live with my parents when I'm back here, and then I just sometimes go off for months and travel and live in other places with other people. Yeah, looks like that. Didn't have good habits, even though like growing up as a child I actually did. My family ate quite healthy and just normal meals. Then you go to school and your friends eat different things, and then you think, oh, that's so cool, I want to eat that too, and those stuff are not good for you. So I learned that the hard way. And that's sort of when I started cooking. In the beginning, I don't know how I did this. I even burned like mushrooms all the time. Now I have no idea how it's even possible to burn them. And I just keep like learning new recipes and inventing. Most of the time, like I get one recipe and then I do that, but then I get this feeling in my chest that I just want to invent my own thing, and then I just change it up. If you hear something, is the dog's eating. Clara, she's eating. She likes to eat at the same time as us. No one like she's a rescue dog, but she's been with us for like 10 years. No one taught her this, and she would not even eat when she first got here. We had to like sort of pressure her to eat because she was just scared of eating. And no one taught her this, but she randomly, one day, like 2-3 years ago, just started to have this thing where you have to tell her to eat, otherwise she won't, and she barks at you and looks at you and stares at you, like tell me to eat. But no one taught her this, so she's a peculiar one. An interesting one, like I like to say. I just do like some tiny bowls. Sometimes I do bigger ones, depending on what I'm feeling. Because I don't want to eat them all, I'm just doing tiny ones. For breakfast, I have everything else. And yeah. I love to cook. It's one of my favorite things. Recently, when I was on the boat with everyone, my bedroom was in front of the kitchen and it was like outside, but it was covered like with wood and everything. So I would spend such a long time in the kitchen with a friend that I made there. She was a really, really good cook, and she's used to cooking for like hundreds of people, I think. Literally something that she does as a job. So I would just be around her and like ask her so many questions on things to do. My battery's running low, so it can probably turn off at some point. Basically finished. This is the last one. I'm trying to be fast because of the battery and just show the end result. It's the last one. Okay. So basically that's it. Those are the energy bowls I do all the time. They're really good. And they're really good when I'm like craving chocolate. And they're quite healthy as well. Bye-bye.